jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
Hey, shout out to the hottest chat in the M effing game. A side official. No negotiation needed, period. You already know WCS the first in the building. Let's get right down to it, man. As you already know, there's this thing called combat sports. You know what I'm saying? And there are competitors that's internal to this. And we had a pretty damn good night yesterday. Seriously, we had a pretty damn good night. I can't hold you on it. Both MMA and boxing, a pretty damn good night. You know what I'm saying? And one of those people that I want to highlight, you know what I'm saying, that had an excellent night, who was pretty much taking MMA over, you know what I'm saying, by storm, who has pretty much shown us that he is him when it comes to, you know, what he's been able to do by being fast-tracked from kickboxing over to mixed martial arts. This dude is unfreaking believable, man. I'm speaking about the one and only Alex Pereira. If you don't know who he is, take a good look at him. Alex Pereira went in there in a rematch and stopped Yuri Prohaska in a much anticipated return. The first time, well, let me back up a little bit on how all this came about with the rise of Pereira. He was a kickboxer, you know, that was a champion over there in kickboxing. And he ended up developing a rivalry, a semi-rivalry with the former middleweight world champion, Israel Adesanya. So at that point of them competing against each other, yes, he had knocked out Adesanya in that time, you know. And, you know, with a lot of these guys is in Muay Thai, kickboxing. As you probably look at the MMA game now, a lot of those guys are over here in the cage. And Alex Pereira history with Israel Adesanya end up bleeding over into the UFC. Now, of course, Adesanya was already over there, aka Izzy. Izzy had already been over here, establishing a name for himself, and also he had pretty much climbed the ladder, and you know, undefeated at the time, and he was getting these wins on this belt, and he was the man. Alex Pereira improved to 11 victories and only 2 defeats. His one lone defeat in the UFC is from his nemesis, Israel Adesanya, a fighter who he had knocked out cold several times. A fighter who had had history with, to a point where Adesanya, remember how Pereira's kid imitated or mocked him, mimicked how he laid down the canvas when he was knocked out. So when he finally made it over here, him being Alex back in November 2021, it was much anticipated. You know what I'm saying? He finally made his UFC debut. And usually at this time, people don't be barking for a title shot. They just don't let you. But since this guy was so highly skilled, the matchmaker say, yeah, we're gonna fast track him up to fight Adesanya, who's the champion. And that usually don't happen. But since he was a champion in a neighboring organization, they say, yeah, why not? It has all the material that we need. So this man within three fights, he steps in the cage with Adesanya, and Adesanya wins. I mean, Israel Adesanya loses their first match. And he stops Adesanya in the fifth freaking round, y'all. I mean, I thought for sure like Adesanya had this in the bag. He would not revisit. But the guy came over into mixed martial arts and beat Adesanya in the fifth round, stopped him with punches. That was in November 2022. And then they returned. This is what I like about the UFC. They allow these guys to come back. A champion lost, and they allowed him to come back and fight for his title. I love it. April 2023. Adesanya, Alex Pereira meet for the second time, and Adesanya closes him down in 2 rounds. Epic, 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 y'all. Epic on how that went down. Epic. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, Adesanya will go on to lose his title. And but that didn't have anything to do with Alex Pereira because he ended up moving up to light heavyweight. And since then, once he went up to light heavyweight, he was given the opportunity, provided the opportunity to face the former heavyweight champion Juan Blachowicz. He got a win, split decision win, right? If you remember, Juan Blachowicz also had a fight with Izzy Adesanya. He beat Izzy, but heavyweight championship, y'all, against the samurai himself, supposedly Yuri Prochazka, and he stops him in round 2. Then Jamal Hill's situation, him being injured and being out the sport, he was able to come back and fight for a belt he never lost. He gets stopped in round 1, embarrassed. And then last night, Alex Pereira steps in there against Yuri Prochazka for the rematch. And the first round, went just as it did previously. They exchanged. Pereira showed the better striking, showed he's still strong. He's a silent freaking assassin, yo. This dude is a silent assassin. This dude has grown on me. I wasn't a believer at first, but Alex Pereira has grown on me a lot. This dude is nothing to play with. And he ended up scoring a knockdown at the end of the first. They come out in the second. Alex, as I told you earlier, he is a former champion kickboxer. He switches up the flow. First round, he was throwing low calf kicks. Little combinations here and there. Both fighters clinch periods throughout the first round. And, each round is worth 5 minutes for those of you that may not be aware. But, it wasn't too much except at the end when he knocked down Prochazka, right? Open up the second round. All those low calf kicks, he came up high, man. Caught him with a high kick, flush, knocked him out. I mean, this dude is very, very smooth. I'm not gonna encourage people to watch the UFC because it takes a lot more. That's why I say, people always talk about what they doing in boxing and all that because they don't want to fuck with the MMA because you have to know what you're watching. In order for you to know what you're watching, you have to really pay attention. There's so many areas of the game that you have to get educated on. They rather stick to boxing because it consists of the left, right, left. and footwork. It's a lot more, less details you have to deal with on the spreadsheet. But anyway, he knocks the man out and retains his title. A big part of me is saying it would have been good to see him go up against John Jones. See how that would have played out when John Jones was the light heavyweight champ, but now he's heavyweight. But I just wanted to let y'all know that. I wanted to kind of say this dude is a straight up monster. I like how smooth and quiet. You know what I'm saying? I'll always know. One code I live by being in the schools overseas is to let your silence, you know what I'm saying? Let your silence speak to those who choose to be loud. Let your silence speak. If they don't respect your silence, then invite them into your chaos. But de-escalation, it starts with understanding what the process is about. Silence. I'm not matching your energy. Go ahead and get the job done. Yes, we talk a lot over here on the YTC, but this dude is not much of a talker, and he gets the job done. Very, very lethal striker. I wish John Jones was still a light heavyweight right now. That's my only thing. I wish he was still a light heavyweight. Seriously. Let's get down to the boxing. Let me get to the chat right quick. Shout out to my guy, Mr. Gumbo, a.k.a. Hot Grease, is in the building. What's good with the Gumbo? Salute WCS, my big bro. Let's go, Hot Grease, no doubt. We're about to get on Teofimo Lopez. We're about to talk about Bam Rodriguez. You know what I'm saying? Even Sonny Edwards. We're just going to talk about some of the recent bouts. Shout out to Squad Jones in the building. I see you on deck, big dog. You already know what it is. Toby Bartlett, Mr. International, is in the building. What's good with it, Toby? Salute WCS and the hottest chat in the YTC. We're global, baby. We're global. Always better to be global than just local. You already know what it is. Lash Puma, skills in the building. Salute to you. What it do, man? I see you on deck. What's good? What's good? How your son end up doing in the finals, man? Let me know in the chat, bro. I think I had to leave when that second live. But shout out to the Mac Mob for broadcasting the AMs. Like that. Shout out to the Mac Mob for broadcasting the AMs. And yes, Latch Puma, his son, is out there on the grind on the amateur level, climbing that ladder. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Warriors on deck. Warriors on deck. Salute my brother. I'm proud of what Brandon and you have achieved to be in the top 3. Okay. There you go. His son Brandon's in the top 3 in America. That's some accomplishment. Absolutely. Man, salute to that achievement. Clap it up for that. Clap it up for that. You know what I'm saying? Clap it up for that. You know what I'm saying? Warriors on deck, man. Top 3? What? Not top 3 in the hood. Not top 3 in the local YMCA. You know what I'm saying? Not top 3 at the Target parking lot. Top 3 in the world? Ugh. Somebody's dangerous. Somebody's dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. Somebody's dangerous. Gumbo said, Teal cost me some money, bum ass. Hey. Sometimes you win some there, Gumbo, as both of us know. And sometimes you lose some. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some, Gumbo. Hey, you know this. Man. AMP on deck. What's good, WCS in the hottest chat? I'll stay putting in the work, cooking hot grease. Much respect. Much respect to you, AMP. Appreciate you pulling up as always. No doubt. As you already know, shout out to Lamont Roach. You know what I'm saying? Went in there and had a hell of a fight. I'm just showing it because I didn't want to dig to the arcades. Shout out to the D-boys. Dylan Price and his family back in the day, Nate. You know what I'm saying? Floyd's cousin and all that. Man, shout out to y'all. This is when I was up in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's when I drove up to Baltimore. That's when Lamont Roach was over there chilling, helping out with the team. Good group of people right here. Real talk. Good group of guys right here. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know, Dylan, the one in the middle, used to be signed with Mayweather Promotions. See, if you was going to fights back then, you might run into situations like this, and this is a grand picture, man. You know, Nate Jones right there, man. You already know, very tough fighter back in the day. Yes, you know what I'm saying? I didn't put the one up here, it was watermark, so y'all can steal that if you want to. You know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? Um, Teofimo Lopez. The reason why I put this picture up, this is him in Texas. If you know, you know. You don't need no lists. If you go to these places, you can know where you met people and stuff like this. This is him coming off his win of Diego Magdaleno. I'm in the back. Um, and it's been a long time. I have a lot of pictures of fighters that before they became champion. This Teofimo Lopez, coming off that Diego Magdaleno win, and he really showed out that night over there in Texas. Real talk. I still rock with T.O., but like everybody else, people always talking about keeping it real, keeping it real. But then when you keep it real, they want to try to they don't want to talk shit about you. So it's only real when you talking real, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about T.O., I'm talking about in general. T.O. has been doing what T.O. does. And I told people a long time ago, he is one of the best at talking to the media and manipulating. Ryan Garcia is not the best at manipulating people. Teofimo Lopez is the master manipulator when it comes to trash talking. Real talk, I've seen it. I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? I've seen him in action. And he does it better than anybody else. What's confusing me at this point in time, Teofimo, he went in there and improved his record to 21 victories, 1 defeat, and 13 knockouts. That one long defeat was at the hands of George Cambozo. All right. People always ask me, why you continue to call him Cambozo. Well, I was the one who started calling him that because that's what I thought about how he acted. How he went about doing things. He was just a guy who got the golden ticket. George Cambozo got the golden ticket and then made rounds as if he was, you know, looking for Devin Haney. He was going to get Devin Haney a shot, but really I told people he was looking for Lomachenko. But anyway, back to T.O. He went in there and fought a guy in Steve Claggett. He has had fights over in the U.S. grid, but not many. Most of his fights has been in Canada, and he's very experienced. He's only been stopped, you know, in his career. And, prior to stepping in the ring with Teofimo Lopez, that stoppage was way back in March of 2011. All right. So he goes in here with a guy, Steve Claggett, who last fight was January this year against Marcos Barraza. And he retired to do, dude retired in the second round. T.O., I consider him to be on a much higher level than this guy Claggett. I consider T.O. to be on the move. The same standards that we put on these other fighters to go in there and wipe their nose, so to speak. Get them up out of there. They're not on your level. Treat them like that. And in these scenarios, there are great fighters who you can always use in the equation that get straight to the point. I try not to always, you know, use Crawford. So I use Jahad Tucker. Jahad Tucker goes in there and he has a certain rhythm and dance about his skill set, and he goes in there and dominates. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to go in there and dominate because he's on his way to another fight. He's on his way to higher competition. Bud Crawford, he goes in there and dominates. You know what I'm saying? Some fighters who are on this level, they supposed to go dominate, but you just say to yourself, like, why are you struggling with Jermaine Ortiz? You're supposed to really be on a higher level than them. Why did you look the way you did against George Kambosos? You're supposed to be on a higher level. And I know you might have been sick. Why did you look the way you did against Steve Claggett? Why? Why did you look the way you did against Sandor Martin? Why is that? You know what I'm saying? How can you look that good and sharp against Josh Taylor, but yet come in here and go 12 rounds with your eyes swelled up the way they did against Steve Claggett? And there was times in there that Teofimo Lopez did shine. He did shine, you know. But those moments did not really impede the process of Steve Claggett. It really didn't slow him down at all. But my biggest question, you know, T.O., with all the talk, and I know you was very extremely vocal, very boisterous, sometimes belligerent, and calling out individuals that's 2 weight class above you. And I always say this about fighters who already took the L. That's one less responsibility that they have to worry about. So they come in there with a reduced barometer of stress when they're saying, I'll move up 2 weight classes. I'll do this. I'll do that. Okay. We recently heard Keyshawn Davis be told by Teofimo Lopez to stay in his lane. Am I right or wrong? Teofimo Lopez told Keyshawn Davis to stay in his lane. Keyshawn was calling out Teo, Keyshawn's currently at 135 and Teo's at 140. He's saying, I'll come up to 140 and fight you. Challenging. And you're talking about a guy who's a silver medalist, silver champion, Olympic champion, who is one of the bigger names on the come up. And I totally like that call out because Teo at the time was calling himself trying to get Crawford as the center of attention. He was clout chasing Crawford's name. So Keyshawn said, hey, I'll fight you. But yet Teo said, you know, stay in your lane. But yet he's doing the same thing that Teo's doing. You're trying to call out Crawford at 147, and Keyshawn is calling out you at 140. 140 is your current sustaining division, as in Crawford, his is at 154. So you dismiss Keyshawn and tell him to stay in his lane, but yet you want people to respect you based off your performance last night, that you can go up here to 154 without getting murdered. We're not trying to see a body. We've seen enough already as of late. We've seen it. It's okay to challenge. They say, well, you know, T.O. fight to the level of his competition. Okay. If you're fighting for the level of your competition, that doesn't mean you have to be subjected to the punishment. You can go in there and shine on them and swim and don't get wet. That's what I call, you know what I'm saying? You're not going in there really doing anything spectacular because, you know, you kind of bored. I don't know. But T.O. was fighting in there. He was moving. He was using his angles. He was putting his punch combinations together. But it just seems like it should have been much more controlled by him so he wouldn't be getting hit the way he was doing. And that brings me to this wall. This wall is quite different than China now. The wall of China, you can see that motherfucker. But this wall I'm talking about, T.O., is the one that when you call out and clout chase some of these names, there's a wall of doubt and speculation. That wall is, can you or will you, or truly do you want to step up there and face Crawford? Do you want to face Gervonta Davis? Yeah, of course. A lot of people like to see that fight, Gervonta Davis and Teofimo Lopez. Of course. And then you have individuals at 140 that you can fight. You know what I'm saying? You have, you called out Isaac Cruz. Okay, we'd like to see that. We'd like to see that. I know you're not gonna call out freaking Alberto Puello right now. I mean, that's a tall, rangy, that's a dangerous opponent. You know what I'm saying? But like I said before, I mean, you do have individuals at your division that you can call out. But to say, you know, for me to say cut the shit, I'm just gonna say, please, brother. Egress. Hastily. Egress. Immediately from calling out Crawford. Based off your performance last night, Crawford would destroy you. He would change your life for the worse. I like you, T.O., but I understand what trash talking has to be called for what it is. Make up your mind. You said after the Jermaine Ortiz fight that you'll fight Crawford at the catch weight between 140 and 147. Now you tell the same person, Michelle Phelps, that you'll fight him at 154. Why? Why do you want to fight him at 154? I mean, seriously. And to any content creator who is co-signing this, you know who you are. You know how guilty you are if you're co-signing, putting up thumbnails that T.O. Well, only thing I have to say, please hit me in the DM so we can bet the house. We can bet the house on that fight. We're not just going off a win. We're not just going off a win. We're going off stoppage. T.O. would not make it to the final round. He is a tough individual. But if the cheerleaders will start to wave and do their pirouettes and jump up and splits, and I want to make sure your choreography, you keep limber and loose. You know what I'm saying? I want to make it more and more exciting that you can jump up higher and do those air splits when it comes time for this fight to be made. I'm not betting on the winner. I'm betting that the fight don't go the distance, period. I already know who's going to win. So if you're that confident, you know who you are, please, let's bet the house. Let's bet the excitement. Let's bet the excitement, because if you're going to co-sign this fighter moving up to 154 and y'all trying to say, oh, he wants Crawford, he wants Crawford, he wants Crawford. Crawford changes this man's life, bro. Look, T.O., man, I got mad love for you, but you'll be on 60 Minutes after Crawford finish with you, bro. And look, you'll be on the after first 48. Because first 48, the initial first 48 is determine the crime. We're going to know what the crime was about. But you're going to be on the after the first 48 when they talk about how everything played. They'll have you after the first 48 hours. This is crazy how people are co-signing shit. And I'm saying to myself, bro, T.O., come on, man. This is called clout chasing. K-L out. Clout. Not with a C. This is clout. You are clout chasing this man's bro. You are now become infatuated with Terrence Crawford and you want to move up to 154, right? And you know damn well that you keep using other analogies of fighters that move up 2 weight divisions. But we're talking about you, brother. You say his legs ain't the same. Well, guess what? Why don't we see if his hand's the same? If his leg's not the same, why don't you see if his hand's the same? Because the last time I checked, when I was reviewing some of his fights, his hands was the one that was causing the referee to have a sense of urgency and come over there and serenade his opposition with the famous, no, the fight's over, can't do it, no. The embrace that no fighter wants. You feel me? They'll take the embrace of their team or their girl or friends and families in victory, but not that referee's embrace. When he comes over there and hug you, it's different. You know what I'm saying? T.O., you would get that. You would get that brace. You know what I'm saying? You would get that, absolutely. And see, I don't talk for another grown man at all, but I'm just assuming, right? I'm assuming, T.O., that I'm assuming that you've seen the other fight that happened, being that we're 29 days from that massacre. I'm assuming that you have witnessed that fight. When you say that his legs are not the same, he's older, he's on his way out the sport, what his hands, what the hands are doing though. You spoke about the legs, but has the hands start to decline? Is there any declivity that you've witnessed there, T.O., as an active professional boxer that you can say without any compunction that you're ready to step in there because them hands are slow? Based off your performance yesterday, T.O., can you make that fair assessment about Crawford? That's all I want you to see. Dude, you and your pops. This goes for you too, Punch Drunk. I don't have no smoke with Punch Drunk. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. This goes for you, Punch Drunk. If you are absolutely sure that this guy can move up 2 weight divisions, I would like to make a fair bet. Not just any bet. It's going to be something that's going to hurt if you lose. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be something that hurts. The value of that bet has to be, the magnitude of it has to be quite different. If you're going to put Teofimo Lopez, who's saying Crawford's legs are not the same, but yet do not speak of the man's hands and his boxing IQ, why are y'all clout chasing this man at the end of his career? And not only that, T.O., I know you so well that T.O. waits till this man has a fight lined up. There's no way that T.O. gets a fight with Crawford this year in 2024. And if he's going to be fighting for undisputed, if everything works out and they're able to continue to put him on the calendar, you're not going to be fighting him in 2025 either. They're trying to get the Canelo fight. But that's a whole different conversation. So we can say that you probably won't come nowhere close to fighting Crawford ever. And you know that. You are back to say these things point blank period. I'm gonna tell you right here, only because you had a fight with Steve Claggett. You wanted more people to tune in. That's called clout chasing, big dog. Seriously, that's called clout chasing. You did the same thing when you had your last fight. You know what I'm saying? When you was on fight week, rather. And then leading up to this fight, you said the same thing. You wanted to bring in Crawford's name. In between time, nothing was said. We didn't hear from you. They was busy talking about, Garcia and Haney and all this. But now, your fight was coming up. Now you want to haven't mastered the art of lying yet, because you in order for you to master the art of lying, it requires serious amount of work. And you said yourself that you'll fight him at a catch weight between 140 and 147. So what has changed? I'm just curious, what has changed, people? Tio, you need to fall back quick, bro. Cause you fuck around and fight Crawford on his way out in retirement. You and him might retire on the same motherfucking night. I'm serious. You and him might retire on the same night, buddy. You and him might retire on the same night. Those individuals that believe in you, fine. I believe in you as a fighter on certain fights outside of the banter that you're trying to help us believe. You know what I'm saying? But, mm-mm, mm-mm. No, 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 no. You know, I say, at 154, if you want to get your feet wet at 154, you have Jahad Tucker up there, T.O. I mean, you're the one who was giving him all that advice, right? This is the person who hasn't won. You fought Steve Claggett. That was his first shot at the world title. So don't come waving the goddamn church fans at me talking about, man, he ain't even on the radar, man. He ain't got a title. He ain't got no. That was Steve Claggett first time in all them fights, 40-some fights, and getting a shot at a world championship. And you know who he was dancing with? They call him Teofimo Lopez. And yes, they do. They call you T.O., a.k.a. Gordo. You gave that man a shot. I say Jahad Tucker, the person that you was, trying to give all that wisdom to and everything, he goddamn dominates you, period. He dominates you, period, bro. Look, if you want to go to 1-4 and dip your toes in that water and your first opponent, that'll be the perfect opponent because he will destroy you, bro. I know you can't respect that because when you was giving him the pep talk and everything, we respected it. You know what I'm saying? We respect it. It's all good. But bro, that performance that you had last night, man, you get lit up. 4th of July early. You better calm your ass down, bro. Calm down. For real. Let me get to the chat, man. Somebody better calm T.O. down. Shout out to Dion Washington in the building. Tuscaloosa on deck. T.O. needs to fight Pitbull and leave Crawford alone. Yes, that's FA CTS underscore parentheses air quotes all that shit. Leave Bud the F alone, brother. Both of your eyes look like you ate the wrong type of seafood, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? Like you had a reaction to some shit. Or you took a nap and goddammit, one of them devils say, nah, motherfucker, you ain't about to sleep. We about to goddamn fight. It's just you and I, 1v1, goddammit. Ring the motherfucking bell. You look like you was fighting in your sleep. Shout out to my guy, the News by Shaw News Sauce Experience in the building. What's good, Team Tucker Fish on deck? You already know. You do have options. For real, that part, I said that he is the master of planning and manipulating the media. Yeah, he's very good at it. How are you going to call out Crawford's name and he already has fights lined up, T.O.? Come on, brother. You can't do that. You can't do that, man. Y'all make sure y'all check out the News by Shaw News Sauce Experience, hottest in the game. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you check them out, man. The camera images are crispy, man. White glove them, they come back clean, man. I like that, man. Them motherfuckers clean. I'm anxious to go get me a freaking mirrorless. God damn. T.O. performance was not star power. Sorry. Not sorry. Yeah, it wasn't star power. Against a guy named Clagett, and the lady asked him, say, well, what do we say when the 8th and 9th round comes around and he's still in there with you? And once again, this guy was making it as competitive he possibly can, and it didn't seem like T.O. was at any point in time able to change speeds to get this guy up out of there. Not like Ban Rodriguez. You seen Ban Rodriguez breaking down Juan Estrada. You seen it. You seen it. Beautiful. Shout out to Ban Rodriguez. Beautiful display. Beautiful display of boxing. The way he went in there and broke down the older Juan Estrada, the legend himself, the man who's been in there with the who's a who. Ban Rodriguez went in there like a G. I'm telling you, man. Am I reading this? You bet on Estrada? No. I don't think you need to do that. I knew Estrada. I wanted to bet on the round, but I knew that shit wasn't going the distance. But the damn odds wasn't all that easy. T.O. will destroy this board. No more power with 140 guys. T.O. will destroy this board. No more power with who? No more power with who? T.O. will destroy who? Steve was touching him up too much. Crawford will end his young ass. His levels. Crawford will definitely, put T on a real retirement. He retired, and then they was about to match up, for his title, and then he unretired. Like I said, T.O., I get it. You're one of the best at getting the sponsorships, and you know, or what have you, still young in the game. But I can't understand why Steve Klagic danced the final seconds off in the 12th round to go the distance with you. I don't know, bro. I don't know why. Why chaperone this man to the entire fight? He wasn't there to be chaperoned, bro. You supposed to got him up out of there. Call it an early night. I heard y'all boxers say all the time you don't get paid for overtime, but yet you choose to dance for an extended period of time till the lights come on. Last call for alcohol. I mean, you should have already been gone, bro. You know what I'm saying? You sitting there, faint posture, dancing around. Why you dancing around with this nigga? Get him up out of there, wipe his nose, and send him about his way. I didn't need to see T.O. fight Cladgett to know Crawford destroys him. Absolutely, man. I'm just speaking with fillers, bro. The only reason I had to bring in Cladgett because that was his last fight that he just had recently. And then prior to this fight, he was telling Michelle Phelps that, he wanted to fight Crawford again. As you remember, that's the same person that he was talking smack about Crawford prior to his other fight, or no, in between fights, and he brought all their attention. And people was up there talking about, yeah, T.O., this, that, and the other. And that's when Crawford, end up showing up. And that's when them dogs from over there at B&B started goddamn going on the hunt. That's when Keyshawn came out and said, hey, T.O., I want to fight you. And he called him out. Look, he called T.O. out. He called T.O. out. But no Keyshawn, no Keyshawn. They didn't want that Keyshawn work. They didn't want him to get in the ring. Everybody else can get in the ring and call each other out and shit. But, Keyshawn couldn't get in the ring. Security. Get him. One of them being dogs over here now. Get him. They didn't want Keyshawn coming over there. You know what I'm saying? You up here calling out Crawford, but Keyshawn said, no, let me wipe him down real quick. That's all. What's going on the real? They said T.O. isn't motivated by those fights. He seemed to me to be the hype that rises based on his challenges. Okay. I've heard people say that before. And so let me ask you this from a psychological perspective, right? Nothing too technical, right? We don't have to take out any paper, nor do we have to power on any type of PCs or ThinkPads or anything like this. Let me ask you this clearly. Let me ask you this. What if Crawford was fighting to the level of his opposition, but yet he's trying to prove to people that he is the best, and he'll beat Canelo based off him, performing to the level of his competition? Because to me, he feels like every opponent is somewhat supposed to be in there with him. How they perform against him is different. So if Crawford had the mentality, I don't think he would be in the position that he is now with Turki Al-Sheikh supporting him, because Turki Al-Sheikh believes that he is the truth. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that he performs to the level of himself. He doesn't go in there and hang out so people can say, well, he only competes to the that's supposed to happen when you get to a certain part of your career and you're addicted to complacency. Help me understand. What people fail to realize is Bud is the best inside the ring because he's the best outside. Nobody works harder than Bud between fights. Bro be training on vacation. I mean, AMP is on to something. You know what I'm saying? He's on to something. Seriously. We understand that. We see all the pictures out there and everything. We have content creators, that definitely try their hardest to cover greatness with Bud Crawford and have been unsuccessful. When you got somebody that's special like Bud that's on his way out the sport, unfortunately some people don't have the proper requirements to get close and take pictures and stuff like that to just experience the moment of greatness. You know what I'm saying? When they're still in the ring. And that's unfortunate because WCS would definitely love to dang have some media, you know what I'm saying? Capturing those moments of Bud in fight camp. But as a veteran, I don't use that to build my channel. But every now and then, I have to remind people that I've been places too. If the places I've been and serving beneath the nation's colors isn't enough for me to get my foot in the door, enough for people to say, all right, yeah, let them cover me. And then the only thing I can say is, okay, cool. You can't cover everybody. You can't cover all the greats. You know what I'm saying? So you have to move on. So what you talking about, AMP, about him, in between fights, and I love it, bro. I love the hard work. I love it. It'd just be good if, certain content creators that have earned, with the hard work and dedication, that they get the recognition and the respect to have access to cover these fighters in between in fight camps. That's all I'm saying. Because I know some personally. I know some people, you know what I'm saying, that has been out there on the front lines, continue to be out there on the front lines. Somehow, some way, a phone call is a conversation, word of mouth, and people just get put to the side for what? It irks me a little bit. He looks like how he looks like last night. He's looking up at the ceiling against Tank Davis. So let me get this right there, Shani, say. So I just want to get some clarification. I don't want any misinterpretation, right? So you said he'd be looking, but I remember Frank Martin when he received the finisher, right? When Tank went underneath and then he went over the top. Frank, was laying facing the ceiling, but I don't think he was looking at the ceiling because the last time I checked, when you're unconscious, your most of the time your eyes are closed, and if your eyes are open, you still don't see what the fuck is in front of you. So Tank was facing the ceiling, but he could not see anything. So are you saying that To's eyes going to be open enough for him to be coherently able to see the ceiling, or he's just going to be lying on his back, and we're going to assume he's looking in the lights? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know because they might give the orders to the referee ahead of time. Whatever you do, we still got money on Tio. Don't let Crawford flatline him like Tank did Frank. Tank did Frank. Don't do it. And one thing I say about them referees in there with Tank, it's not like they haven't been in there and saved other fighters via TKO. Harvey Doc. I mean, I'm like, save Spence, but Frank gets annihilated. So it might be some time in there. Tio may not get saved with the hug. He may not get the hug. He may get the gurney. You know what I'm saying? He may get the smelling salts. But just because they on their back don't mean their eyes are open and they're able to see what's going on. Just ask Frank. Frank was lying on his back, and he woke up and said, "Hey, can somebody run to the fridge and get me a soda, please? A cold one. I put one in the freezer." No, Frank. No, Frank. We're not there yet. You got to get checked out by the doctors. Tank just knocked you out. What? No, man, I'm stepping on him, dog. I'm stepping on Tank. No, he's already. Unfortunately, Frank, he's already stepped on you, over you, away from you, went over to your. He stepped over you like freaking AI did Lou. I mean, goddamn. I mean, it's over, brother. I'm telling you, y'all. I'm telling you. Pitbull will beat T.O. His power won't stop Cruz from coming forward. I don't know. That fight, Gumbo, would be much better than people think when it comes to T.O. That's me. I understand where you at because AMP said, T.O. is fighting to the level of his opposition. Now, Now, the one thing I know that T.O. will look better in with a style such as Pitbull, he will look better fighting a guy that's coming forward like that because he has movement. T.O. has footwork. So he would look better, believe it or not, in my opinion, he would look better against Isak Cruz than he did with Claggett. Seriously. Now, whether he get him up out of there or not, I don't know because, Pitbull is tenacious. He is what his name say he is. He's a pit bull. And he has a respectable tank on him. You know what I'm saying? He runs off diesel fuel. Swat said, I agree. T.O. ain't giving Bud no problems. Not from what I saw last night. No. And see, that's what I'm saying. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, y'all. It's not going to happen. Cruz will stop T.O. I'm going to think T.O. will even take that fight. I think he will, bro. I think he'll take that fight. And I'm telling you, him fighting a fighter that comes toward him and he don't have to chase, because T.O. has problems cutting off the ring. When he has a fighter like Pitbull that's going to come right there in his face, it'll be a better fight for T.O. Now, whether he win or not, that's up to him. But I do believe his performance would be much better having a fighter right there in front of him. Present pressure, close quarters. I think it'll be a pretty good fight. Now look at it this way. Now, I'm not saying you're wrong that Bud gonna stop Canelo, because if you're looking at the thumbnail, let me remove that comment. Now I want. Matter of fact, I have it up here. We can just clear that up right there. No, that is not a Honduran raccoon. Okay, that is not Sasquatch. You know what I'm saying? That is not Willie Pep. That is not someone who went to all you can eat crab night and they had allergic reaction. No, this is not any type of form of makeup, a costume, anything. That's Teofimo Lopez, yo. His eyes were super swole, bro. Peludos. Peludos, what's good? Peludas. Barroso would have got Claggett up out of there. Oh, yeah. Man, come on now. And it's unfortunate that you even bring Barroso up, because I believe they just treating this man like his looks. You know what I'm saying? He don't deserve that shit. Look at Barroso. He gets the interim title and nobody's even talking about that shit. Where's he at? Why isn't Barroso? I'm not trying to switch subject, but why isn't Barroso the one up next for freaking Isak Cruz, bro? Wasn't he the one supposed to fight Rolly? Wasn't Rolly the WBA super lightweight champion? And then they robbed Barroso and brought him back on the next card with the same refereeing in the main event with Virgil Ortiz. Barroso wins the interim and we haven't heard nothing about him again. That's fucked up. He's supposed to be up next for Isak. That would be a good fight. T.O. gets passes too much when other fighters do call outs like this. After subpar showings, they call out for clout chasing. Well, if the people that have a platform, they should hold him to a standard. They should say, "Hey, T.O., man, stop the wolf tickets, bro. You know damn well Crawford will change your life. Seriously. I mean, or Crawford may want to play with his food, but goddamn it, he ain't gonna let you go to the distance with him. His mindset is different. You know what I'm saying? People have that internal switch. Everybody freaking tolerance is different when it comes to just proving a point. And in combat sports, proving a point for Crawford is that if I feel that you can't go the distance with me, I will ensure that you don't go the distance with me. And who would he be to know that he's feeling good to let T.O. You're gonna have to make sure you do everything possible to go the distance with him. I thought 140 was the best division. Guess not. Well, He did retain his title, and he is the lineal champion. All right. One thing I didn't hear them say last night was that he was the undisputed lightweight champion. They say he was the WBO, the IBF, the WBA, the WBC franchise, lineal. They did not say the lightweight undisputed like they've done before. Just putting that out there. No shade. Tio looks like he was talking when he should have been listening. Hey man, all I'm saying, you don't let a Clagett come in there. How you get Clagett? Was this the Clagett? Were you clatagizing? I mean, both of your eyes are puffy, bro. Why would you let a Clagett do this to you? Huh? This is his first time getting a shot in 40 fights at a world championship, and he comes in there and touch your eyes up like that. No. Skip it look impressive next week of the YTBC on his neck. Okay. I even brought Shakur Stevenson, an old picture of Shakur Stevenson back in the day. Seeing these young bulls, as they call them, young bulls, when they was fighting, early on in their career. Shakur Stevens, he's gonna have to make some stuff shake. He gonna have to make some stuff shake. That's all. Shout out to Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, some other OG in the building. What's good? Did you see Till's face at the press conference? He was busted up. Yeah, that's why I put this picture up here, man. You know what I'm saying? I had to put the picture up there because, he's in the company of a killer on both sides, and he don't know it. He feel it. He feel the danger, but he can't see the danger because his eyes swelled up, T.O. Your eyes are puffy. You coming there looking like you just stepped out the ring from fighting freaking Cambozo. Lomachenko. You say Crawford name. Oh, no. I ain't seen Crawford go in there with an opponent that was on his level and walk out looking like this. Look, you know what? We just gonna call it what it is, God damn it. We gonna say, people? We're gonna goddamn say we're gonna charge this to the game, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna charge it to the game. All we're gonna do is say, T.O. once again guilty of clout chasing. Once again. He went in there, eyes all swelled up. At least this time he didn't tell the people in the audience to suck his D. Because, goddamn it, brother, you're supposed to go in there and make this shit look easy. I'm tired. This fighting to the level of your opposition, Crawford don't have it in his motherfucking blood, shawty. He ain't gonna go in there and say, well, sometimes you fight to the level of your competition. I know. But Terrence, throughout the 147-pound division, you never went the distance. But you get up here and now it just seems like you're slowing down. No, I mean, I just had a lot on my mind going to 154. I'm just thinking about that mansion that I built. I'm thinking about going fishing. I really saw a nice spot out there. My mind has just been thinking about the waters and everything. And still, I'm still eating off that last catch last July 29th. We're still eating off that. The fish is great. Oh, delicious. Delicious. I'm serious. I just never heard him use that term. Or gave an excuse that he wasn't focused like these guys. They're getting beat up by the Clagetts. How do you get Clagettized? Huh? Forget baptized. How do you get Clagettized with a guy that's his first shot at a world championship and you've been unified and you beat Josh Taylor and you've been two-time lineal? I don't get it, brother. I guess Teal versus Kambosos was Teal's highest level. No, Lomachenko was his highest level when he fought Lomachenko at 135. Him defending his belts against Kambosos The equity of opponent wasn't there. He just wasn't at his 100%, but he still made it to the final bell and lost. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, he thought that it was 11-3. That's what Tio said. He said it was 11-3. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was certain math classes that I missed. You know what I'm saying? I was out there messing with the shawties. We was on the stage in the gym. You know, I missed math class a time or two. Let me see. 11. You know, I was counting my fingers then. You know, last time I checked, championship fights are 12 rounds. Haynes Legacy in the building. What's good with it, Haynes? Salute to you and the fam, big dog. Hope you're doing well, you know, with your health and all that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up on the DM sometime, man. Let me know what's popping, bro. We chop it up. Hope everything is going well with you. He definitely ain't a bud. Did you see Till's face? I read that. All you eat crab night for real, right? With that rich butter. That rich butter. They gave him that rich butter. You know I'm lactose intolerant, right? You put that feta cheese on top of my crab legs, it broke me out. That wasn't no, I didn't get cladgetized. My eyes always swell up like that. No. It's all about hit and not get hit, bro. I mean, T.O. can dance, man. T.O. can dance. There's something else is going on. T.O. can dance, man. He has head movement. He has rhythm, for real. Why he would let this dude beat him up like that? Is it to set up another fight? Why? Why would you do that? Why would you take punishment like that? Go in there and show out and get up and get out. That's it. Show out and get out, bro. Okay, for sure. No doubt, no doubt. That's what's up. That's up. You know, prayers to you, man. Prayers to it for real. So we're gonna see how this whole situation plays out with because I this is another thing I wanted to say Tio. You know, looking at this thumbnail is that can you do us all a favor when Crawford fights next in Cali? Can you not try to get in the if they let Crawford in the ring, I'm gonna be disappointed. I mean, if they let Tio in the ring, I'm gonna be disappointed. Don't be trying to build up Tio, you know, rep off of Crawford. When at one point in time they say Crawford ain't selling and he don't do this, he don't sell tickets and all that. Don't let him get into the ring knowing that Turkey Ali Sheik already has a better star-studded calendar for Crawford. Because all it's gonna do is, you know what I'm saying? Look, I'm trying to save lives here. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to save lives. You know, being a devil dog, it's our mission to save lives, right? I don't know. You know, he'll warn somebody to say you better think about your fight before you don't make it to your fight. I don't think it's a good idea for you to go up in the ring because there's not many fighters that's ever walked up on Crawford outside the ring. So for you to go in there in front of all those people, you might get dumped on your head. That's all I'm saying. Leave that man alone. You know, on that Matrimony fight that's coming up, bro, let it go. Do not come up there looking all goofy and all you see is the white of Crawford's eyes like you did when you walked out that trail and he was over there in the corner. Oh, Crawford was standing over there in the corner, man, and he saw them goddamn white of his eyes blinking. T.O. said, oh, shit. And that's what he tried to say. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying, that gangster shit, I don't let nobody know my gangster. You know what I'm saying? He saw Crawford over there in the shadows. He felt some type of way because Crawford said, yeah, well, all this shit you was talking. It's just me and you. I mean, what are you looking for other people? I'm not on the gangster shit. I'm Crawford shit. What's all this you was talking, bro? He tried to come and save face talking about, oh, I don't let people know my gangster shit, but, you know, if they want to go there, they can go. I'm like, come on, bro. He had every right to show up. That's what he does. So that's why I'm going to suggest to you, Tio, please don't try to jump in the ring over there and build up a fight. You are not bigger than Canelo, bro. And then there's nobody that's going to think that you're going to go in here and beat Crawford. You can say his legs are slow. You can say he's on his way out the door. He's older. You know, there's been plenty of fighters that's up in age to still fight. Manny Pacquiao, guess what? They're trying to make a fight with Manny Pacquiao. Think about this, y'all. Let me get this straight. Let me get this straight, y'all. Okay? Manny Pacquiao is currently so you trying to tell me Manny Pacquiao is currently 45 years of age. Now, I will go out on a limb to say this is the same age that an older George Foreman stopped a younger Michael Moore. Yes, and I remember that fight when it played out. So I'm not saying that Manny Pacquiao doesn't have a chance to go in there and compete because he's still in great shape. He's 45 years of age. So what, like I say, they're giving these fighters higher bars now. Most of back then they say, hey man, you get into your 30s, that's a little bit old to be boxing and shit. Like it's all about how you take care of your body. Pacquiao seems to still be doing pretty decent with his health and all that. And they're trying to set up that fight with Mario Barrios. The only thing that I'm feeling some type of way about is why Manny Pacquiao is even in the picture. Why is he even in the picture? How can you have young fighters in the ranking system, but yet you have the older fighters? I guess, their royalties, so to speak, if you're Manny Pacquiao, 8 division champion, but they're not even in the freaking ranking system. And they're jumping the line, getting title shots. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. But we'll see how the 147-pound happens. We'll see how that works out. Seriously, we'll see how it works out. But that's who they're trying to set up. And if Teofimo want to do something special like that, right now, vacate your title at 140 pounds and go up to 147. This is the perfect time. You know what I'm saying? This is the perfect time. Go up there and fight freaking Norman Jr., who just picked up the WBO title. You know what I'm saying? You the WBO, call out Norman Jr. Go ahead. Isn't that how they do it? Isn't that what Crawford did? Crawford activated his WBO clause, right? So when you like calling out certain brothers, but he probably looking at that last performance of Norman and say, daddy. Do you no, don't fuck with him. No. He's young. He's younger than you. He's younger than you. Don't mess with him yet. He's hungry. He's the way you used to be, Tio. He's dangerous right now. Leave him alone. I mean, that'll be something to set. If you really want to get the buzz going, Tio, call out Norman Jr. Activate your WBO. Call out Norman Jr. If you really want to make a splash at 147 pounds and set it off, you know what I'm saying, and get your 3rd division, call out Norman Jr. That's a perfect fight for you right now. Stylistically, ooh. That has all the promise. He's getting elevated to WBO too. That has all the promise of being a firefight. Stop tiptoeing now. Don't try to go straight to the king now. You have options. So those options is to stop at 147. You don't want to fight Jerron Ennis. Go ahead and fight Norman Jr., man. because it seems like Barrios is going to be tied up. Activate your WBO. I guarantee you're not going to do it. I guarantee he ain't going to do it. Come on, T.O., you listening? Call out Norman Jr. That's a fight for you. Let's see how those eyes look after that. Hey, brother, if you wanna stand on top of the hill with them wolf tickets, do like Crawford did. You trying to beat Crawford, do as Crawford does. Activate your WBO and call out the WBO champion at the higher division, next one up. I mean, come on, that's the only way to do it. Don't half step, don't fake the funk. You trying to get into a division that Crawford's about to take over. You're not gonna make it. You're not ready for the 154-pound division. But the 47-pound division, be the trendsetter. Go up there and challenge a fighter who has the same title in the same sanction body as you. All right? But all I'm saying is make sure you watch the film of the last fight. Hey, watch Clagett and watch Norman's last fight. Hey, that would be the perfect fight. I'm pretty sure they will love the fight of Teofimo Lopez, goddammit. So you go right ahead and try to make that happen, Tio. That'd be a barn burner right there. That'd be a barn burner. Style for style. You want Isaac Cruz, right? Well, you'll get the same pressure. You get the same pressure, just higher weight class. You know what I'm saying? Look, let's be honest. Turk probably have a lot of money, but what does Turk see in this fight? Turk is a smart man, obviously, but it's nothing in this fight that's going to get people to gravitate. Like, he's not going in there replicating what Crawford does in the ring. Crawford went in there, finished David Avanesian, who had already been stopped by Igis Kavalauskas in 6 rounds. He didn't let it go past 6. Standards. Motherfucker got standards, right? And then he goes in there finally and fights the guy on the pound-for-pound list with him. And he finished him early. Dominate him. I mean, but yet we see the Clagetize. You know what I'm saying? We see Tio get Clagitized. And he goes the distance with a guy with a swelled up face. And as Bruce said, the man looked beat up. You know what I'm saying? Like his problems was goddamn beating him up while he was asleep. And put the pillow over his face, man. And goddamn gave him a pillow. You know what I'm saying? Gave him a pillow party, man. Tio should stick to Bud Light than a Bud fight. They both kill you, but one's a lot quicker than the other. Oh, okay, I see you. Okay, the wordplay. I see you, slick. I see you. I see you. Say Tio should stick to the Bud Light than a Bud fight. They both kill you, but one's a lot quicker than the other. I hear you, man. Witty. You know what I'm saying? You know how I like the wit of words. You know what I'm saying? But how long would it take though, Toby, for Bud Light? I mean, it's just too much water in it, man. You could drink a 12-pack of Bud Light and still go to church on Sunday. And still be cool, man. It might be a couple of burps here and there, but you'd be like, I just gotta go piss again. God damn it. I gotta go piss again. Now if you go in there and drinking some Mickey Big Mouth or you know what I'm saying, some Old E, some Slits. You drinking that malt liquor, then that's a different story, man. But like, I don't know how long it'll take for me to die. You know what I'm saying? If 911 come in here and they see all these Bud Light cans, they say, all you was doing was hydrating, sir. Get up. You're doing too much. Get up, okay? You're wasting our freaking time. Now, what I want you to do is go in the bathroom and piss till you can't piss no more, all right? We're going to give you IV, and we're going to go on back our business, okay? We thought we had something way more serious than this. You You go in there, got 50 Bud Light cans all over. No, sir, it's not gonna happen the way you think it is. All you did was flush out your system. I don't know how to reach out to you. Let me know how to tap it. Hey, hit me on IG, man. World Combat Sports. Just hit me on DM, bro. Just hit me on DM, man. I do have social media. And appreciate the love and support you chat give me. No doubt, no doubt. Yeah, for sure. That was good, Toby. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Toby trying to be slick with the words on a Sunday, man. You know what I'm saying? They both will kill you, but one's a lot quicker. They ain't never lied. Crawford is the quicker way to get your eulogy, get the obituary released to the public. Seriously. Not so much his life being gone, but his boxing career has been killed. Gone. You know what I'm saying? It has passed, unlived. Ain't that what they say? So-and-so has unlived themselves. His boxing career will be unlived. It will become inactive, y'all. Serious. For real. Yeah, for real. It will take a while, you know what I'm saying? But, you might get a buzz here and there because, you know what I'm saying? But Bud Light has a lot of water content in it, but I got it. It was slick. It was slick. I give you that, man. It was slick with it. It says in this article, right? Let me get y'all over here right quick. Let me get you over here right quick. Okay, this is hold on. Okay, this is it says TO 21 113 knockouts would need to defend better against Pitbull Cruz than he did against Clagic because the challenger hit him a lot in their 12-round fight. At the end of the fight, Lopez has swelling over both eyes and looked like he'd been through a war at the James L. Knight Center. Pitbull Cruz is defending his WBO 140-pound title against Jose Rayo Valenzuela on August 3rd at the BMO Stadium in Los Angeles. There's no guarantee that Pitbull will win that fight, but if he's victorious, he might be interested in battle with Teofimo Lopez. The problem with that fight is that it will be a dual broadcast match involving. Okay, that I don't seem to. I'm gonna get right down here. I don't care how I look, as long as my hand get raised at the end of the day. Said a beat up looking Teofimo Lopez to the media last Saturday night against his win over stay busy opponent Steve Clagic. Oh, okay. Oh, that we playing that game? Okay. This is my question then. If people like Tio can go up here and say, I don't care how he looks, and he don't get the rave of criticism, how can Jahad Tucker go in there and he actually performs at the top of his game? He's going in there actually to beat his opponent. And he's getting criticized from start to finish from a certain individual. I mean, I don't think ever have I heard that individual say something like this. Well, as long as you got the win. I mean, where's all the criticism, Timothy? Like this man has said, I don't care how I look. But I'm listening to him criticize every move, every make of how Jahai is in there, and he can't do nothing right. But Tio goes in there, he signed with the same promotion, and he said, I don't care how I look, as long as I get the win. And I don't see any freaking outcry from him on X or any of that. Anyway, it goes on to say, Bob Arum said, I did well. He didn't look too happy. F it. I'm your only last start available, said Tio about his promoter, Bob Arum. You got to deal with it. See, it's funny how this dude can talk like that. He said he don't care how he look. But other fighters, they going in there fighting, they get criticized, and nobody's doing or saying anything about it. I don't get it. I don't get it, bro. You got a fighter that's, yes, he's won the unified titles and he's did more for the promotion, yes, but At the end of the day, it's boxing. And you're still signed to the promotion. And you're still in your 20s. So why are you declining in your performance value? T.O. said, F it. F yeah. I'm ready for it, said Lopez when asked if he wants to fight WBA light welterweight champion Isaac Cruz. I'm 26. I'm still learning in this game. Yes. Lopez challenges Crawford. Yes, I do, said Lopez when asked if he wanted to fight Terrence Crawford. Nobody's going to fight like Steve Cladgett. There's only one fighter that is going to fight like him a little bit, and he's smaller, and that's Pitbull Cruz. Other than that, no other fighter fights the way at all. They all box. Crawford boxes. He doesn't really slug in there. I do these types of fights for a reason, said Lopez, justifying his decision to face Cladgett. He does it for a reason, y'all. Is this one? It looks like he has a bushel of cherries on hanging down from the left eye and a bushel of strawberries on the other. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna put the thumbnail up there and I'm gonna play this. Because how dare I? So let's see what T.O. has to say. You know, because he always wants to check the audience after he has a performance like it's our fault.
Stronger than the skills. Today wasn't about skills. Today was about will strength. I knew the type of fight I was fighting. This guy's a triathlon athlete, for crying out loud.
Oh, the guy's a triathlete. The guy is a triathlete. So what does that make Crawford? The Omaha Monster. What is he? Is he considered to be in the group of freaking Bigfoot, Sasquatch? You know, primitive monsters that we haven't seen in a while, fossils, Jurassic Park type scarcity. He's a triathlete, y'all. That's why he was able to go in there and do what he did. So maybe somebody should go down to the local, you know, find out what the schedule is and go out here and find these triathletes and bring them in the box and see how they fare. Because T.O. has just put them on the map. He's a triathlete. Nick and Nate Diaz of mixed martial arts are triathletes too. They don't win every fight.
Conditioning is impeccable. And me with asthma, shit, I'm grateful. Look at that. Key of the city. Yes, sir. Key of the city of Miami. We go anywhere, whenever. What you guys got for me? Any questions?
Tio, were you surprised by his durability, his ability to take a shot and keep coming?
No, I was not surprised at all. I know what type of fighter I chose. Oh my gosh, like I really do this. I really does this. I know.
He know the type of fighter he chose. He knows, see, I really do this. I really do this. I know the type of fighter I chose. I chose a guy who, that was his first time stepping in there for a title fight. I chose to get Cladgettized. I know what a Cladgettism was. Y'all been to church, right? You got baptized in baptism? Yeah. I know what a Cladgettism was. It was somewhat the same as a baptism, but hey, you don't get dipped in water. You get dipped in punches. Okay, so God bless me either way it goes. I don't care what you think, I got to win. That's all I care about. I don't care how I look doing it, I got to win.
I know what kind of fights I'm going to get myself into. I like tough fights. Tough fights bring the best out of me. Look, the most my face, look, fuck it, it's a fight.
Tio, you stunned him with a nice uppercut in the 8th round. Did you feel like you had him hurt in that moment?
I had him hurt the whole time after that. I just, you know, the whole thing is really just picking shots and then just working on other things, you know. God does everything for a reason. There's no mistakes. I knew I hurt him bad. No one has hurt him like that in a long time, so.
Nobody's hurt Cladgett like that in a long time, y'all. Nobody's hurt Cladgett like that. The guy who was just stepping in for his first title fight. Nobody's hurt him. He has been a freaking mythological legend up to this point of stepping in there with the man himself. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's hurt him like he was hurt in there with T.O.
You know, we still got the punch power. We still got everything there. You know, the whole thing now is just going back to the drawing board and working a lot more on my slipping.
He's somebody who has fought at 154 before.
Yeah.
And he was pressuring you a lot. Did his size at all bother you?
No, size did not bother me. The moment my father, my coach, and trainer told me to push him back, the game changed. It changed completely. He was trying to fight that back, and it's all about pushing and pressuring them back. You just looking for another fight.
Tio, it was really. It was really.
New York. I'm a Brooklyn-born Broward kid. I started my boxing here at 6 years old in South Florida. So to come back here after 9 years, defending my world titles in front of so many people that love me, hate me, whatever you want to call it, I'm very grateful. You know, the Lord, man, the Lord. I got to give it to Him. You know, I'm someone that likes to test myself, challenge myself. You guys didn't know about Claggett, but I freaking knew him for sure. I knew that it was going to be a condition fight. And the will, like I said, Muhammad Ali said it best. I think it was him.
Let me prepare you for Muhammad Ali. Now, you know, every time Tio talks, he has to bring in Muhammad Ali. He has to bring in the great Ali. He has to bring in Ali because, you know, he's going to forever, you know what I'm saying, trail behind that activist, you know what I'm saying, what Ali did outside the ring and inside the ring. He always going to try to carry that payload around and help people understand, hey, I'm walking with him even though he's not here no more. I am the modern day Ali. You know, I knew he was going to bring up Ali in this, like he always does, man.
The will got to be stronger than the skill, and that's what we showed tonight. We pushed him back. We fought the grunting. If I was tired, I knew he was more tired because I worked very hard for this. He's never been 12 rounds before. So we knew we had to break him down. Body shots were hurting him. But this is what it's all about, fighting the best, because in case of any opportunity that comes around like that, any other fighter that wants to press me like that, we know how to face that. We know how to get used to that. You know, these other guys don't like to face those type of calibrated fighters. They like to just, you know.
Well, I can tell you this. Isaac Cruz is definitely going to be a calibrated fighter with a brick on the pedal. Definitely. I promise you that. And you want to talk about calibration. You know what I'm saying? If you want to talk about calibration, he's definitely going to be that calibrated fighter that you need to, you know, go back to the drawing board for. Real talk. Man, Nate Diaz, in my opinion, fights at around 160 right now. And he was slapped the Honduras out of T.O. Because he's a slap. His boxing, he be slapping you with the palm of your hand, but he can box, man. Some of the best hands in the game.
No, face easy fights.
What type of statement does this type of fight and you not ducking or dodging any of these fighters say to the rest of the division to you?
It says I don't care. It says that I don't care. I'm here to fight. Like, let's make a fight happen. I don't care how I look. My hand is gonna get raised at the end of it all. I don't care. Like, as long as I get back to my kid safe and sound, this is the fight game. You know, this is what we signed for. You know, and I excuse me, but I needed that. I needed this a lot, you know, and for everybody else, you know, whether it's 47, 40, you know, Bob said I did well. He don't look too happy. Fuck it, I don't care. Like, I'm your only last star available, and that's it, you know, so you got.
Do you think you did enough?
Absolutely. Sugar Ray Leonard, he taught us the best.
Sugar Ray Leonard, y'all. Another black great. Sugar Ray Leonard.
But once you hear those 10 seconds, clack, clack, you throw a lot of freaking punches. You know what I'm saying? That's how you win the rounds. 12 rounds to nothing, 11 to 1. Look at that. No matter how much pressure it was around, we dominated because we knew it. We know how to do it. We studied the primetime fighters. I studied the fighters that came from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Not the modern day era. The modern day era, everybody thinks Jake Paul is a great champion. Like, come on now. It's crazy.
You know, before the fight, you called out Pitbull Cruz. They have similar styles. Do you still want that fight?
Oh, fuck yeah. Hell yeah. I'm ready for it, man. I'm excited we start clacking them up. So
Tio, it seemed like when you were on your toes off the jab, you made the fight a little bit easier for yourself.
Yeah, you notice all these media guys haven't really been asking Tio, you know, really about, you know, what does he do? This is not the first fight that he's been touched up by opposition that he should have went in there and, and got the job done in much easier fashion. They just asking. I understand. They just asking him, solid questions, positive questions, anything, to that nature. But you know, it seems to be the norm, unless
So,
Yep.
why did you decide to stay in the ropes?
Whatever it is in the case that I meant, like in that essence, just touching that body, trying to find those open shots right in there, and then those uppercuts, man. Those things were catching them like crazy. So I think overall, I like to try different things. It might not be always what I need to do. Maybe I just need to go and stick and move. You know what I mean? But hey, this is what I love to do. I'm 26. I'm still learning in this game, and that's what I like.
You have mentioned at the weigh-in that you wanted to fight Terrence Crawford and move up to 47.
Yeah.
You also mentioned that in your post-fight interview. Do you still?
Yes, I do.
In the case, no. My question is, in the case you can't get a Crawford fight, is moving up to 47 still something you want to do, or you want to move up for the right fight?
Absolutely, though. These are the type of fights that I want, but no one's gonna fight like Steve Claggett. There's only one other fighter that maybe might do it, just a little bit, and he's smaller, and that's Pitbull. He's like Cruz. But other than that, every other fighter you could think of don't fight that way at all. They all box. Crawford boxes, whether it's orthodox, whether it's freaking southpaw, he boxes. He doesn't really slug in there. So this is why I do these type of fights for a reason. I mean, what else do you guys?
Win one round, bro.
No, we know this, but this is what we do. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Theo.
I like this.
Tell us about your words when it came to Tank. You had some words for him. You called him a punk. You called him another word, but you could pick up where you left off.
Well, yeah, I'm there, man. You know what I'm saying? Tank, whatever the case is, they haven't faced fighters like this in a long time. Isaac Cruz was the only one and gave him all the way to 12 rounds, and a lot of people felt like he lost. So for that essence, man, I just think like, hey, Tank, whatever the case be, I love the way it is. Like, God makes me sometimes look subpar if that has to be that case, so these other chumps could come in and jump in the gun. That's it. You know what I'm saying? We love to fight. I don't care. Like, shit, I'm going to get my hand raised. I guarantee you that. So, yeah, man.
Box like you, champ.
They can't move, they can't stick, they can't do all that stuff, man. So I'm just ready. I'm grateful, and to everybody, thank you for taking your time, flying out over here to Miami. Major love to everybody. Peace and love. I'll see you guys another time, maybe September. We'll see what happens.
Let's go, Brooklyn.
Let's go, baby. Woo! Thank you.
Thanks, Theo.
Thank you, Theo.
Already.
Well, there you have it, people. We just wanted to give you a little snippet of, Tio's post-fight conference. And if all else fails, you boxing fight fans out there, learn how to accept that it's boxing, y'all. It's boxing at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? All the Jahad Tucker fans out there, don't be mad that the criticism rained down. You know what I'm saying? And they open up the clouds and pull out all these freaking thunder and lightning freaking crowds of criticism when Tio's up here talking about, hey, it is what it is. It's boxing at the end of the day. You're going to do this. How easy it is for certain people to get away with it. That's all I'm saying. Because you got certain fighters that going in there and getting the job done and putting on the entertainment. Some fighters who have entertained in the past. Tio did entertain with freaking Loma, and he did entertain with Josh Taylor. Those are two of his biggest opponents that he had in his career outside of Masayoshi Nakatani and Richard Comey. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I wouldn't suggest anybody go up there and get touched up. If you don't have to get touched up, learn defense, learn how to dance. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to be the electric boogie. You know what I'm saying? A.K. Jahad Tucker. Because in the long run, that particular fighter will be able to go a longer distance than those individuals who's saying that, hey, it happens. It's boxing. It happens. Don't worry about it. It's boxing at the end of the day. It's boxing. Damn, Tio, did you think that Ryan Juice, because you believe you being delusional, wow, does he really believe he's Bob's last star? Yeah, when the ego is heavying the load, you know what I'm saying? When you have your ego sitting on top of your head and not your shoulders, you know what I'm saying? His ego is on top of his head. He's saying he's the last star when he has all those other stars coming up. I mean, like I said, Tio is very, very good at his vocal, how he words his stuff. He's good. I don't have no complaint. He's good at manipulating. He's very, very good. But my people, I should be on a little bit later. Definitely got to take care of some things. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game, man. Y'all continue to support, hit the like button, and comment and share the content. You know what I'm saying? Until next time, I'm out. Peace.